Hey guys, good morning. I hope you're having a great start to your Tuesday. And I'm really excited because in about 2 weeks we will be opening our Rise membership for public enrollment. And this is the first time we've opened enrollment since August of 2018. So we're opening enrollment for 2 weeks. And if you want to learn more or get onto our early access list, which is the group of people that we'll be inviting to have the chance to enroll, then make sure to follow the link in the comment. If you're on Instagram, we'll share the link in our bio. So make sure to follow that, get on the early access list, and that just means that you will get notified in April when enrollment opens and have instructions for how to become a Rise member and get all sorts of amazing content, our private community, our one-on-one mentorship, our accountability buddy program, and even our discounted professional coaching services from a wonderful group of coaches. And it's all designed for women in their 20s and all of the challenges that we uniquely face as 20-something women, in particular as we move through a male-dominated workplace to a large degree, and move across the country and the world and are doing our best to be successful. And we help you do that however we can. All right, so that aside, today I'm being inspired by a module that is inside of our paid membership called Creating a Fun Life that relationship coach Andrea Amore put together for us. And the intention here is to teach our members how to create a really fun, energizing life so that if you are seeking a partner, you raise your vibration and you raise your level of happiness and your just overall glow to a degree where people are actually attracted to you rather than sending you out into the world to go and find a husband or find a partner or find friends. Really, the best way to do that, as you can probably attest to from your own life, is just to be the happiest, fullest version of yourself, and that naturally attracts people to you. As I'm sure you've seen in a crowded room, the person who is the happiest, the most energizing can somehow have this like magnetic quality. So in that module, we talk about how you can become magnetic. And one other thing that we talk about in that module that I wanted to share just a small bit of here is how to communicate within your friendships and within your relationships to make sure that when you are in those deep friendships and deep relationships, whether intimate or otherwise, you are able to continue to have a really wonderful experience. And part of that is communicating your needs and getting your needs met. And I'm not sure if you've ever been in a situation. I've definitely been in situations where, something is rubbing me the wrong way, and I get really annoyed and I kind of lash out. I like get angry. I get pissed off of like, why are you doing that? It really bugs me, and could you please stop doing that? And of course, as you can assume, the reaction of my counterpart is generally to become defensive and to say, what do you mean? Like, I'm not doing this to hurt your feelings. And then they probably keep doing the thing because they don't really understand why it bugs me. And I didn't communicate in a very respectful way of what it would mean to me if they were to do something differently. And I probably didn't even tell them like what I would prefer for them to be doing. I probably just got mad at them and said, hey, can you stop doing that? So that's a very ineffective way of communicating my needs. Today, we're going to go over the 4 basic steps in the nonviolent communications framework. There's a great book called Nonviolent Communication by Marshall Rosenberg. If you want to learn more about this, you can go buy that book, but we're just going to go through the high-level 4 steps that can help us to communicate in a really effective way that means people will actually hear us, change their behavior, and then we will benefit from the new ways that they'll be interacting with us. So the first step in this nonviolent communication process is to observe. So before you react, just observe. Like, try to really notice the specific things that are rubbing you the wrong way. Whether it's a word that was used, or it was a really specific action, or it was the timing of something, or it was kind of the tone. Just observe. Try to get really clear on tangible things that you can identify that were the things that triggered you or are really rubbing you the wrong way. I'm going to have to sneeze in a second. So notice and observe their behavior. Then, I'm going to add actually like a 1.5 step. If you are really worked up, if you are really upset, frustrated, angry, I highly recommend taking a step back, maybe like going to the bathroom, stepping outside for a minute, just finding a way to kind of regain control of yourself before you go in to communicate with this person about whatever it is that's rubbing you the wrong way. Or if this is something that's been ongoing and you're preparing for a conversation with them, kind of more of like a confrontation or kind of a sit down, find some tools or strategies, maybe go back to the breathwork video, but find a way to really feel in control as much as you can of your thoughts and feelings before this conversation so you can communicate clearly. So maybe you step out and take a breath. Okay, when you do start that conversation, the first thing you want to do is share what you observed. So share, like for example, like when you make dinner and don't give me the chance to help. So when you make dinner and do everything by yourself, and when I ask if I can do something to help, you say no, there's nothing you can do to help. That, then the second part, that makes me feel. So say, how does that very specific action make me feel? So in this situation, I'm reflecting on my relationship with my partner. I could say, that makes me feel like you don't need me. Okay, and he might be like, what? I had no idea. So it's just like, say, how does that personally make you feel? Don't say like what they intended to do, like, oh, and you're trying to make me feel like I'm not important. Just say how you feel, own your own emotions. That makes me feel like you don't need me. The third part, let your partner or counterpart know what it is that you actually need from them, like how you would prefer to feel, and how that relates to your values. Okay? So the second part is that makes me feel like you don't need me. The third part is something that I value. I really value being in a relationship where we are active partners and where we each play a role in these day-to-day activities. I really highly value that in our relationship. And I would love to feel like I can contribute. Okay, so that's the value-based thing, like in this active partnership with two people. And the thing that I need is I need to feel valued. Okay, and then the fourth part is to tell them how they could do that, a really tangible thing that would help you get to that feeling that you just expressed in part 3. So in this situation, I could say, so like a really specific thing maybe next time, babe, that you could do is to just give me like a small activity, like chop the cilantro or set the table. Like just give me a really small thing to do. Or if you truly have it all in control, could you just say the words to me, I value you right now in this situation. I have all of this under control, but I really value you. And like give me a hug or do something to make me feel that he really does value me. Okay? And doing our nonviolent communication in this way, hi Tiara, we're talking about nonviolent communications. Doing your communications in this way by noticing and observing their behavior, being really clear about what exactly it is that they're doing that bothers you, stating and owning how it makes you feel, not making any assumptions or implications about what they're trying to do, but rather just saying, when you do that, it makes me feel this way, whatever it is. For me, it was that you don't need me. The third step is identifying how you want to feel instead of that other feeling and how it's connected to your values. So for me, I want to feel needed. I want to feel valued. And that is connected to my overarching value of being in an active partnership where we're both contributing, especially to these day-to-day activities like cooking and making food. And then 4, giving them a super concrete way to make you feel that way. So in my example, it's like, hey, give me like a tiny task. Like, hey, babe, can you chop the cilantro? That would make me feel needed and make me feel valued. Or if he really doesn't have anything for me to do, at least just like give me a hug and say, hey, I value you. Right now, there isn't anything that I need you to do. And that would really help me to not feel kind of triggered and rubbed the wrong way by these really tiny things that he probably has no idea he's doing, but do affect how I feel in the relationship. So I hope that's a helpful nonviolent communication framework. I'm really curious to know if you've used this or if you're going to use it. What are the outcomes? Please submit a comment, or if you're on Instagram, a DM. And again, if you're interested in learning more about this, we have a whole module on creating a fun life and building positive relationships, which includes, a small part of it is this nonviolent communication framework. So follow the link in, again, Facebook in the comments, Instagram in our bio, to learn more about becoming a member of Rise, where we do this type of work all day, every day to support your success as a woman in her 20s. All right, guys, have a great rest of your day. Bye.